What's going on, guys? It's your boy H Dog, and I'm back here today to talk to you about Ubisoft's recent earnings report. I mean, their quarterly earnings report. They put out a slideshow of interesting things for anyone who's curious about, you know, the future of their business. Um, they pretty much, they've been talking about how much they've made in recent fiscal years versus this fiscal year, and what they could potentially make next fiscal year. Uh, and they're pretty much saying that the standard game, like your standard single player game, like the Assassin's Creeds, the Far Cry's, the Splinter Cells, even Beyond Good and Evil, could make only 13% of the revenue in its first year, while a live game like The Division or Rainbow Six Siege, I would even I would even add Ghost Recon Wildlands to that mix to an extent, could make up to 52% of the sales. That's crazy. Uh, and they can still, stay in the public's eye long after they've been released with continuous updates and expansions and DLC packs and the like. Uh, and they also talked about what they used to be interested in and what they're interested in now. They used to be interested in hit driven and cyclical business, low user engagement, console focus, developer centric, game experience, number of units. And today they're more interested in recurring revenue business, high user engagement, multi platform business, player centric platform experience, and lifetime value. Uh, which pretty much in translation means they really like live services and the money they generate from live services, including microtransactions. Uh, which really, like, even though I'm not really a huge fan of microtransactions, the microtransactions that they have implemented uh, haven't been pay to win. Now, in Rainbow Six Siege, since I don't play that game, I can't really say if it is or was at some point. Uh, Now, Ghost Recon Wildlands, I haven't played the game since it came out. That game was a huge disappointment, and I don't even know anybody who's still playing that game. Now, the Division, I know it has microtransactions in it, even though Ubisoft said it wouldn't at first. Uh, and they are really interested in digital sales as well. And Ubisoft are bringing in a good amount of money when you buy from, the eShop or Xbox Live instead of going to GameStop because they make more money. With the physical games, they have to give up 25% of your $60 to the store, and then 20% of the remainder to the hardware manufacturer. With the digital games, Ubisoft just has to give 30% to the distributor, which to them is fair. Uh, Other words, Ubisoft's ideal customer is the guy or gal who buys service games digitally and just keeps playing them. In fact, Ubisoft says that 56% of its total revenue comes from digital sales of games and content, meaning, DLCs, expansions, and the like. Uh, and then there were there were other publishers who are really all in the live service, compared to now. And they also talked about third party publishers that release AAA titles on a yearly basis. Uh, in 2017, there's four publishers compared to 2005 when it was 13 publishers. Back then, it was Ubisoft, EA, Activision, Blizzard, Take Two, THQ, Midway, Atari, Eidos Montreal, Square Enix, Capcom, Konami, fuck Konami, Bandai Namco, and Sega. 2017 is just Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, EA, and Take-Two Interactive, which is no surprise because the amount of money these companies make off microtransactions, paid DLC and expansions, and the like, and loot boxes. Let's not forget the loot boxes. Uh, but these guys, they don't, release games every year. They just, like, in terms of, the content they release. Like, they'll release yearly content, just not a full game every year like they used to. For example, Assassin's Creed Origins. Like, they've come out and said that they're focused on AC Origins right now and nothing else. Like, in terms of new DLCs and expansions, story missions, and the like. That side of thing. And I wonder what would be interesting if, let's say, AC Origins had a, like, dare I say it, battle royale mode. If that game was to have some sort of battle royale mode, that would be fucking lit. Because if you look at that time period and have a battle royale, you could really walk around that map and say, "Oh, you're not entertained for the longest." But with that being said, guys, what do you guys think about all this? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Does this surprise you about how much money Ubisoft has made off of microtransactions and paid DLC and live services in general? Or does it not? Let me know down in the comments below. We can have a discussion and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. And with that being said, I'll see y'all later. Peace.